Right now, you're participating in the largest unmonitored psychological experiment in human history, and you are paying for it with your own sanity. We didn't just invent smartphones to make life convenient. What we actually did, if we are being completely honest, is vaporize the concept of nothing from the human experience. Consider your distant ancestor, Gale 3,000 years ago. On a typical Tuesday afternoon, Gale would spend 12 consecutive hours sitting on a dirt floor inside a damp cave, staring at a blank gray rock wall. He didn't have a podcast playing in his left ear. He didn't have an infinite scroll of 15-second comedy clips. He was just idling, and his mind was perfectly content with that arrangement. Now cut to you today. In less than 2 decades, we have completely erased every single empty gap in our daily existence. Because we can't handle even 60 seconds of quiet. Our brains have started developing some seriously weird, glitchy behavioral loops. Think about walking down the street feeling a distinct, sudden buzz against your thigh, and instantly reaching into your pocket, only to find your phone completely blank, or not even in that pocket to begin with. You've just experienced a sensory hallucination known as phantom vibration syndrome. Because your brain is so violently conditioned to expect constant digital stimulation, your nervous system misinterprets a tiny friction rub from your jeans or a minor muscle twitch in your leg as a critical notification. Your brain is literally hallucinating text messages because it is completely terrified of being left alone with its own thoughts for 5 minutes. We have turned our own thighs into a casino slot machine, and our body is pulling the lever for us, and it follows us everywhere. Think about your daily routine. When was the last time you performed a basic human biological function without a glowing screen in your hand? We have entered a bizarre era where a human being cannot sit in a bathroom for 3 minutes without an algorithm feeding them a complex, three-part video essay explaining a minor structural flaw in a medieval castle or a deep dive analysis of video game lore. We used to use that tiny slice of time to just pause, to rest. Today, if we don't have a high-definition screen flashing in front of our eyes while we wash our hands, we feel a sudden hollow ache in our chest. Every quiet transition in the day has been aggressively vaporized. The real panic hits the moment reality forces a pause on you. You walk into your apartment, your Wi-Fi router blinks with an angry red light, and your connection drops for exactly 180 seconds. What happens? Your pulse spikes. Your palms sweat. You experience an immediate flash of frustration. Your evolutionary survival brain enters a state of acute panic, convincing you that you're currently stranded in a freezing Arctic wasteland, abandoned by your tribe, and being actively hunted by a saber-toothed tiger. The modern human can no longer tolerate a minor delay in reality. If an app takes 4 seconds to load, we get annoyed. If a video buffers, we scroll past it. We have built an environment of instant gratification, and as a result, our psychological resilience has dropped to zero. The moment the simulation stops, we spiral. To understand why this constant noise is dangerous, you have to look inside the skull. When a human stops performing tasks, when they stop reading, writing, and staring at a screen, a massive, highly connected network of brain regions suddenly lights up. Neurologists call this the default mode network. Think of it as the literal night shift, cleaning crew of your psyche. It is a highly sophisticated system that only activates when you're deeply, profoundly, and uninterruptedly bored. When you strip away external input, the cleaning crew goes to work. This network takes the chaotic data of your day and begins sorting it. It processes hidden emotional trauma. It files away short-term experiences into stable memory. And most importantly, it is the exclusive birthplace of original human creativity. It is the exact reason your absolute best, most brilliant ideas always seem to hit you out of nowhere while you're standing in a warm shower, because the shower is the only place left on Earth where you aren't holding a piece of glass to your face, but checking your phone the literal second you step out of the water fires the cleaning crew before they can finish their job. We are trading our deep breakthrough thoughts for a permanent state of mental exhaustion. We did it to get infinite options, hoping it would make us free, but we accidentally built a trap. You sit down on your couch after a long day, pull up a streaming app, and spend 45 minutes scrolling through a vertical wall of 10,000 movies. You watch trailer after trailer. your eyes spinning like slot machines, completely paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. By the time you pick something, you're too tired to watch it. You shut the TV off, scroll through social media on your phone for another hour in the dark, and go to bed feeling lonely, anxious, and deeply frustrated. Having infinite choices hasn't made us happier. It has just paralyzed our ability to enjoy anything at all. We are running this massive experiment on ourselves, and the results are already coming in. We are more connected than ever, but mentally more fragile than we have ever been in human history. If you do not know how to sit alone in a quiet room for 30 minutes without reaching for a digital pacifier, you are not a free person. You are an addict. And your dealer sits in a server farm in Silicon Valley, calculating exactly how to keep your eyeballs glued to a display. So, how do we fight back? You don't need to throw your phone into the ocean or move into a cave like your ancestor Gale. You just need to practice small, deliberate acts of cognitive rebellion. The next time you are standing in a long line at the grocery store, resist the urge. Keep your hand out of your pocket. The next time you are waiting 3 minutes for your food to heat up in the microwave, just stand there and watch the plate spin. Let your brain starve for a moment. Let the silence creep back in. Force yourself to experience the uncomfortable, agonizing weight of pure boredom. Because it is only in that quiet, empty space, after the static clears and the cheap dopamine drains away, that you will finally hear the sound of your own voice again. And if you don't learn how to handle that silence, you will eventually discover that your own mind has become a very loud, very crowded, and deeply terrifying place to live.